Hello, guys. Hello. It is currently May 15th, 2019. It's rather late. It's 11:04 p.m. It's Wednesday evening. So, thank you so much for joining us. I have my buddy Ezra here with us live. Ezra, say hi.
Hey, getting the pump.
Yep, he's another XRP
Double
and
pump.
cryptocurrency enthusiast. I know, Ezra, you're pretty excited about this move, knowing that XRP is your largest holding. So,
Oh yeah,
I
most
figured
definitely.
I thought it would be a great opportunity to break down a fresh chart here for you guys, and also as you're live here. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So, first of all, let's take a look at the monthly. As you can see, we did trade sideways for what was a very boring beginning of the year. We traded sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, and now midway through May, it is still early. We are midway through May, and it does look like we're breaking out of this accumulation range. That is what it does look like to me. Traded sideways for quite some time. A lot of people lost hope on this. They got very bored. They were, especially at the beginning of the month and into April when Bitcoin was moving, even Ethereum and some of the other altcoins when they were moving. Bitcoin was really having a great push to the upside. People either sold their XRP or started losing hope and doubting their investment. They said, "How come this isn't moving? What's wrong? What's wrong?" I actually know about a gentleman that decided to sell his 40,000 XRP a couple weeks ago at the end of April and chase the pump on Bitcoin, or whatever all the other altcoin. I can't remember exactly, but I saw his message today, and he was a very, very disappointed guy. And guys, listen, if you've made it this far through the bear market, through these horrible retracements, through all the red we've seen in our portfolios, do yourself a favor. Hang in there a little bit longer, guys, because what we've seen at the beginning of May, is a great reminder of what's to come. This is like the previews at a movie. The lights are just beginning to dim. The popcorn's still fresh. And you got a Diet Coke right in your cup holder. Just sit
It's
back,
right there.
just sit back and relax because, guys, the show is gonna be glorious and it hasn't even started yet. All right, so let's just get to the technicals. That's my introduction. That's just, how I feel about the market right now. We can either outline the monthly liquidity range through here that has acted as support. As you can see, pretty nice right through there. 29 cents was where we formed the slightly higher low, but ultimately it looks like a double bottom here on the weekly chart. As you can see, the equal lows right through here, bouncing off that support just below the 28 cents support zone. So that is really what sent us higher through here. Taking a look at the daily chart, actually, what what initiated this breakout was the break of this steep trend line like such right through here. As you can see, descending highs, lower lows. I truthfully say, and I will own up to this because I'm here to own up to my errors. When I'm wrong, I'm going to claim it. So I honestly was looking for a final pullback into the 25 cents, 24 cents level because of the lower highs here. As you can see, when we had that push up with the series of, daily higher highs, higher lows, it did look like, okay, this was our chance to break up higher. When we rejected this zone right through here, and as you can see, we tapped that, rejected it, and consolidated, came down, and even made a lower low, lower high, lower low. I was one of those that were on board for the new downside. However, that wasn't the case, and that's okay. At this time, Bitcoin was breaking to the upside. I thought that potentially that was the decoup. However, Bitcoin finally did get its act together and tagged along and joined the fun. So that is really what happened. We broke the descending trend line, consolidated for quite some time, breaking it, broke to the upside really strong on this day before penetrating for 2 days and having the break to the upside on Wednesday. So that's really what took place on an intraday standpoint. So after breaking up, we can even pull this range over to here. about the 37-cent zone. So that is now our current support. Let's get that in a nice neutral color. That is our current support. Obviously not tested yet. However, we are trading above it quite some now. So I would like to see that active support once traded back down into. But we do have the prior wick from December into the end of the year right there, actually just before Christmas Day. That's another great opportunity there. But we are pending on that currently. We had the strong daily closure above this level. So to me, that does signal further upside. That was the prior swing high. I want to see this level sustained. Obviously, we're up 50% in the week. We can certainly consolidate here for a day or two, just judging on the current momentum that would be healthy. But if we take a look back to really what took place in September around the Swell Conference, when this thing really moves to the upside, it really moves to the upside. So if this does start consolidating, I'm more likely thinking that we probably come back down and test this prior support versus explode to the upside. It all depends on how it's so early in the session. We're only about 4 hours into the current session. So this easily could just be a slight retracement before continuing to the upside. But we will only find out later into the session and into the daily closure to get confirmation on that. But nonetheless, it is still early in the week, but I like to see that strong daily closure above the prior swing high. What are the next levels to outline here? I'm going to keep this really simple, guys. We're just going to outline the key weekly levels because that's really all there is to it. There's no need to overcomplicate any of this. There's no reason to confuse and kind of clutter up the chart. So next, looking through it, we have really the 50-cent zone, and I just like to use this as a key level. It is 50 cents. It has been acting as support before in the past, and it has been a key level, kind of like a magnet that we've traded upon. So we have that key level. Next, we do have the upside. Really from there, we just have this prior swing high. That is ultimately the monthly resistance zone. Looking here, that is the prior monthly high up through there. And so there really isn't all that much resistance through here. We have some through here. If we want to expand on that 50-cent zone, we have some there. And let's actually chop this down a little bit. We're fine-tuning that on the daily, but actually I do, because this was a 3-pin pattern, I do want to outline this, and the 60 cents has been a resistance in the past. So let's outline that as well. Bring this in a little bit. Now taking a look at the daily, let's fine-tune this a little bit. Pull that through there. We can go ahead and outline right through here. I think that was a monthly zone. I know this is a blank chart, but obviously I've spent some time looking at XRP's chart, and I kind of have these levels down pat like the back of my hand. So 50 cents, 57 cents, excuse me, that is that monthly high. So let's go ahead and outline that with a price level. We have the 60-cent region here as well, acting as an additional confluence. Coming here on the weekly, let's adjust this 50-cent zone. Pull up the 52. Okay. Yep, that looks about good. We got a couple cents below and above right through there. So that's really it, guys. These are the major levels. So what do I think and how do I think these will come into play? So first of all, right now, as I said, we are pending here currently in the beginning of the session on the prior swing high here, the 46 cent, but the swing here was the 45 cent level. So that is what we are testing right now. We are on the 4-hour chart currently, and if I expand this real quick, what we're looking at, we're really looking at the prior cluster here. So we're looking at the prior cluster here. As you can see, this was the body closure, and we consolidated for a couple hours before breaking to the upside. So now this could easily be the retracement. Kind of something that I'm looking at is if we take the current swing low, current swing high. Yep, perfect. So as you can see right there, we have the low to the high coming down, wicking down to the 50% retracement and retesting that prior support, like I said, this support level. So although we might see some selling early on with the indication of this 4-hour candle, it hasn't closed yet, and this is a really nice retest level. So if that is the case, if I throw that fib back on here, you can see the upside levels align really nicely with our upside. 51 cent, this 50-cent region, 55, and ultimately 60 cents. So I really like that fib layout if that is how it plays out. But ultimately, I'm going to be patient through here, wait to see how the daily closure acts, and just continue holding strong. Now, if we do see a little bit of penning here today, even into tomorrow, and as long as we hold the current levels, then I would like to think that we probably do continue the momentum up into the 50 cents, and ultimately the 60 cents region can easily be hit. That's the monthly. So that's the monthly zone, just shy of the 80 cents level. If things really do get rocking and rolling, anything can happen. Certainly, anything can happen. I'm more inclined to think that in the short term, probably into the next couple of days to weeks, I think that we probably reach 60 cents and stay within this zone rather than make the ultimate break to 80 cents. It really depends what happens first. Let me lay that out. So if we do see the retest of this 70 cents, that could easily be the case before climbing up into this higher zone. Right through there. Let's get it. So this could be what takes place. That'd be a really healthy retracement. That would be a retest of the prior resistance, new support. If we get the layout through here, it lines up perfectly with the 50% retracement as well. Fib supports through here. Also, we have the 618 confluence at 60 cents, and then we have the upside targets here at 67 cents. If that is the layout, obviously that's scenario 1. Scenario 2 is just blasting up higher. We can easily see this as well. It could be something like that, retracement through here, and then we're off to the races as well. But ultimately, breakout above here could lead to the 80 cents, and as long as this 37 support holds, I'm inclined to see. I'm just really watching if we do see a major reversal here, if we start seeing some major selling, as long as we have a new higher low, pulling back the fibs here, pulling back the fib, we could even come all the way back down to the 34-cent zone, right down through here. We could come back down into this zone that's highlighted green because it's a great buying opportunity. If that happens, I still love it. We're making higher highs, higher lows. What I am biased for, I will say, my opinion, I want to see, let's get rid of this real quick. I want to see the weekly candle close above the prior swing high. I want to see us close, although I did say we did see the daily closure above this 45 cents region. If we can see the weekly closure above here, that'll be even stronger. It is still very early in the week, and there's a lot of time for this candle to change. Plenty of time. However, if we close similar to this, that is still strong, and I think the second scenario comes out where we retest this 37 cents before making the new the new test of here and possibly 50 cents. But if we have the weekly closure above here, even if we consolidate and just close up above here, then I think we should see our upside targets in the pretty near future, in the shorter term. 50 cents followed by 60 cents, I think would be the case. Now, this is not the time to get too euphoric. Now's the time to be patient, more so than ever. If you're in a position right now, as most of you all are, longer term especially, just be patient. Let this play out. It's really nice to see moves like this just to kind of remind you of what this market's capable of. 50% in a week is definitely something that we haven't seen in a while, and nonetheless, always exciting seeing movements like that, seeing flips like that in your investment. Either what you could be right for, guys, the best more of the story here is you could have been right all through here for months, 4 months, patiently waiting. Like that poor guy that I said sold. He sold it mid-April after months of waiting, guys, all that hard work, and you're going to just let it go to waste? No, guys, you got to continue holding strong. No matter what happens next, you got to continue that. 50% in a week is nothing compared to what we're going to see, in the near future. And all I'm going to say is you're not going to only want to be along for the ride, but you're going to want to make sure that your position is secured, that you are happy with your portfolio, and that your pegs are packed for the ride. So thank you so much, guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this weekly candle closes, seeing how the rest of the week plays out. So talk to you then.